I am so excited to have with me in the studio Yvonne Hogenes, who is the owner of Malary's, a beautiful clothing shop that I go to, and FIRMA Energy Wear. And she's here today to talk about what you can expect when you go into our store and all about FIRMA Energy Wear for those who are following a healthy lifestyle. So, Yvonne, welcome.
Well, thank you, Christine. It's my pleasure to be here.
Yes, I mean, we've done a few interviews in the past, and it's always something exciting about what you're doing. You're always, in the forefront of, making fashion or health meets fashion or fashion meets health,
You bet.
whatever, Um, yeah, so I'd like to talk to you about FIRMA Energy Wear and what does FIRMA stand for?
Well, FIRMA, we launched FIRMA. I have a family business. I have my two oldest sons in the business with me, and they run FIRMA now mainly. We launched it, I would say now it's 11 years ago. So it's been a while. It's not a brand new product, but it still is new to many people out there. But it's been exciting a product line to develop because it has to do with exactly like you said. Our tagline is health, um, you know, um, health meets fashion. So we're
Yeah.
trying to take something to make it very enjoyable to wear. It doesn't feel heavy, medicinal product. It's a fashion product, but it's doing so much good for your body. And so we called it FIRMA because it stands for, it's an acronym. So FIRMA stands for far infrared
Yes.
metabolic acceleration.
Ah,
So it tells you what the product's about if you know the acronym. And FIRMA just sounds, it's very grounding. The word is a grounding word in the world global vocabulary, and it's also it helps you feel firm, like held together. So the product has some compression component to it. Um, our leggings or our socks or bands for the joints are higher compression and they feel great on, so they support the body. And then we have, like, I have the little top on. It's super comfortable because of the fabric, and we'll get into that, I'm sure. But it's not as compressive. It's more like a base layer. So we either say Firma is a base layer line for men and women. We have a great line for both, and it's got compression abilities, and it is considered a compression garment in the medical field. But it's much more comfortable and much easier to put on the body than some of the typical compression garments. So our clients have loved it for that reason, but also for the incredible health benefits they feel as soon as they put it on.
yes, yes, it's known as the smart fabric.
hmm Yeah, that's what we call it. Everything's smart now. The whole world
Yes.
has to be smart. We're dumb, but we're no. We live in a smart environment. So, but yeah, it's a smart yarn or whatever you want to call it. But it has properties that are intelligent in the sense of how they're made. So this is a proprietary yarn. It is patented. There's places through the world that have it. We're one of the main suppliers in North America for it, and it's a fiber that's been wound to incorporate silicon dioxides of various kinds of minerals. We know there is some amethyst in it. There's other beautiful quartz stones and other silicon dioxides. It's a secret formula. So, of course, we don't even know ourselves everything in it. But we have had it fully tested for effectiveness. We do have a research and development branch to our company. So we do studies on it. So we have studies that have been done and qualified. And there's a very high level of certification on the yarn as well. It's ISO 9001. It's got everything on it. So it basically has these silicon dioxides, which is like a powder nanotechnology. And as the fiber is being spun in a heat chamber, the minerals are being spun into the fiber, and it keeps them, well, embeds them. It embeds them in the fiber. So it's not something that washes out or wears out. Those things have been around, and I'm sure some of your audience knows of ones where you had to respray them with a top,
Yes.
these hot pants, whatever, and you had to spray them again to give them their effect. Well, this is not that at all. This is embedded in the technology, so of the fabric, so it never can be washed out. It doesn't lose its effectiveness, and that's what's so cool about it. Is it's a product that we have clients who've worn our leggings and come in and say, I'm still wearing these, and they're 5 years old, and they still have effectiveness because a mineral is not able to be washed out once it's embedded, and it has the energy in it. So, it's taken quite a few years for us to become smart to the fact that minerals of all sorts of in nature have healing qualities. They have frequencies. They have energy in them that we need. And when we put it onto our body, the body heat gets absorbed and it releases that frequency, and we call it far infrared energy. And it releases it and it brings it back to our body. So instead of passing through the fabric and being gone, it passes into the fabric, it's absorbed, and it reflects back to our body. And when it reflects back to our body, it immediately increases our circulation. It's bringing nitric oxide into the bloodstream, which increases the vibration of the blood. And when we increase the vibration of the blood, it increases circulation, and it also, more importantly, well, very important to increase circulation, is kind of the thing that makes us all feel good if our circulation is working well. But it also stimulates cell regrowth. It helps to reduce joint pain, which is a huge one for many of us. And the reason it reduces joint pain so quickly is because it reduces the inflammation by increasing circulation. And it can rebuild bone. It can, because it's deep. This is not, a far infrared is a deep wave. It's not a surface. So it's not like copper. So a lot of people say, oh, I know, I've got a copper garment. They're all good. There's nothing wrong with that. It's wonderful. They help to, keep odors away, and they help with surface issues on the skin. So if you've got dry skin and things like that, copper is great. But this is different. This goes very deep. It goes into our body. So it goes down to the cellular level. So that's why it also helps tremendously for hot flashes, for regulating body temperature. And not just women have hot flashes, guys have hot flashes too. They just don't call it that. But they get very hot and kind of feel like you feel very ungrounded. You just feel like you're scattered. So we've had many people wear these, and I know myself, I love to have one of my garments on my body every day because I miss it. I know the difference, but it keeps us, it makes us feel very calm, grounded, and we're not so pulled in many directions. And that's got to do with the fact that it's far infrared energy that's helping to ground our body. So that's another huge benefit. There's so many. I mean, people that just have anxiety. We hear it so much right now, especially even in children. And the parents have gotten them one of the tank tops we have, or, and they say they love it. It's kind of like that weighted blanket idea.
Oh.
You know how people are being drawn to weighted blankets? Well, this is where you're wearing it on the body. So it hugs. We always say ours don't bite. Our clothing does not bite. It hugs.
It hugs.
We've been trained by poor products that do bite. We put them on to try to reduce our size or to tuck in what we want tucked in, but they're not helping. They're actually cutting off circulation, and we feel very uncomfortable in them. And that's why we have a lot of people that say, "Oh, I can't stand wearing those compression socks or garments or whatever." And I always have to re-educate them on the fact that ours are so different. You want to be held. You do want some holding on the body. The body craves it, but it has to be the right kind of product to hold it. So when we get a firm on the body, it's a hug. It feels so good. It feels like, you want that hold. It's not biting you. It's not cutting off circulations. So that's a big difference, but we've had a lot of very good feedback from people that have anxiety or there's so many labels out there. I don't like labels, but just anything that, where they need calming and it really calms the body and holds. So that's what we're doing. We stay very base layer. We used to do a lot more colors and stuff, fashion, but we found that our market is not about that so much. It's about the base layers, the practicality of it, wearing it for every day, but wearing it under something that it looks nice. So you can wear it as fashion. And then from there, we're always working on new products, things that that we get requests, but we go through a very stringent sampling process, and all of our products have to be tested to make sure they actually are carrying all these properties I'm talking about. So they go into a testing lab, they are tested, and they are given certification. So our product is one of the most highly certified products, and it can be traced back to the certification. So that's why we can have them claimed as compression garments, and we have a very good name on our company because of it. So people can go to FIRMAwear.com, WEAR.com. Yeah.
Yes. And I was thinking traveling.
Yeah.
Yvonne, it's great for traveling.
Thank you, Christine. Yes, of course. Everybody is traveling again.
Yeah.
Yes. And it is wonderful for traveling. I did some very long trips this year myself on planes. And I tell you, if I wear my compression socks and my leggings, I can be on a plane for 24 hours, which I was, and there's no swelling. Absolutely none. I mean, I get off, there's nothing, carry on. Whereas someone who is, sitting by me and did not know about this or were not wearing it, they're really suffering with swelling by the time they get to their destination. So it always gives me a very good chance to tell them about the product.
Yes.
Because it shows for itself. It shows for itself. But yeah, traveling, it's amazing for that. It's also because of the minerals in the product, it has so little odor. So it doesn't take a lot of washing. You can basically, because minerals, it's like people relate to it when I tell them, you've heard about putting zeolite in your, in little pouches in your refrigerator. And the zeolite eats the bacteria. So instead of putting baking soda, which our parents used to do, you can now put these little zeolite. Well, it's the same principle. It's a mineral. Minerals get rid of odors. They get rid of all that. So the same thing, there's very minimal odor in the product. And especially if you take it off at the end of the day and just hang it up, don't leave it in a pile, but let it get fresh air. And especially if there's even sun, put it in the sunlight to refresh it. You can literally go for a week without washing. And people are like, oh, but it's true.
Yes.
So it's very sustainable. It's good for the environment. For those that do long hikes, we have people that have done the Camino. They've worn all our product for the Camino. They're walking for days with small backpacks, and they said it was the answer. It was exactly what they needed. And again, we also tell people washing it, you don't want to wash it in detergent. Detergent actually coats it. Detergent actually stops the effectiveness of the property. So we have had to train people. You don't need it smelling like detergent. You don't need that. You don't want that. You just put it in warm water or cold, doesn't matter. Wash it. Water is a natural element that also just washes out the dead skin, gives a refreshing, but the minerals are what's keeping it clean. So you don't need to worry about the detergents with this. It's just so simple. And then we have the guys who say, "Oh, I don't wash anything." I threw everything in the machine with a bunch of detergent. That's how I do it. And then I'll say, well, a tip for them, and some of them have taken it and really run with it. So I said, wear your shirt or socks or whatever you're wearing into the shower. Just go walk in with your clothes on, and you're in the shower, and it's washing with water, and take it off, and you don't even have to, just rinse it out, bring it up, hang it up, you're good.
Oh my goodness.
And
It's so easy.
and a lot of guys have said, what a great idea. I mean, they can get into a shower, they can take their clothes off, wring them out, and hang it up, they're done.
Wow.
So there's solutions to everything. But as you can see, as I'm talking, I'm passionate about it, but I also, you can realize we're kind of changing the way people think of many things about a healthy product and how to wear it. So it's been 10 years of retraining, of educating. And you've been an amazing support, Christine, for all of that. And it's people like you who help us get it out there to know that there are really great products available. And so, you can go check them out, try them out. We're a family-run business. We're right here, of course, in BC. And we stand by our products. We have happy customers. So you can order online, but if my sons are there to help you with anything that you need help with.
Yes, and as a runner, I really, appreciate your clothing, because it's really, it feels good, it looks good, and there are many benefits, as you were saying, circulation, and it's for everyone, really, from hikers to runners to travelers to, yes.
Yeah, the sky's the limit. It really, everybody needs it. And yes, you being a runner, and I know I'm not as much a runner, but if I'm out walking or doing hills, I really notice the difference when I wear my FIRMA, because again, I can go longer and become less tired. And it is because also the properties remove the lactic acid buildup from the body about 30% faster than if you aren't wearing it. So you are getting renewal much, much faster. And others just like to wear, there's runners too that have a certain running regime and outfits they wear, which is great, and they work for them. But then they've told us, as soon as we're done running, we pull on our FIRMA leggings, and we recover so fast.
Yes.
So that's another way. Is you might have your running gear you love and you want to wear it, but then afterwards they use FIRMA as a recovery gear.
That's what I do. That's what I do at times. Yes, and I love it. And but also tell us about your Malary's. People want to come and check out the store. And
yeah. Well, it started. Malary's is where I began, and I opened the store 26 years, going on 27 years, in Cloverdale. So little burg. But it's been a great little community. We love it there. And so I have a boutique. It's a medium to upper end women's clothing boutique. I've always featured Canadian designers. It's been fabulous, especially in the last few years, to have Canadian designs. They've serviced us very well through the pandemic. And it's just nice to support our own country and our own fashion and talent. We have amazing talent and also amazing quality in our clothing. So we feature good quality, long-lasting styles. We also have been known and have become known as the dress store. We do evening cocktail dresses for special occasions, and have done it for years. So we have a beautiful selection of dresses for people. Christine has worn some of them beautifully at your events, which is so nice. And it's just fun to get dressed up in a beautiful dress, as we all know. So we like doing that, but we carry, Joseph Ribkoff, Frank Lyman, some of the most Canadian icon names. And we're open, just so you know, because of COVID and kind of not going back to what we did traditionally. We are now open to public shopping on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays. but we are open to private shopping. And so people just email or call me, and we book in private shopping on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, which is really fun because it allows people to get the one-on-one or to come in with a group for a wedding party and want to have the store to, have their own space for getting ready for a wedding and looking at dresses. So we welcome any of that, but Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays is our regular shopping hours, 10 to 5. And yeah, it's actually worked very well for us. We've enjoyed that move to private and public shopping.
Yes, Yvonne, thank you so much. And again, can you give out the website again?
Yeah, for sure. So Malary's, it's spelled MALARYS.com. So that's Malary's.com. And the other one is FIRMAware.com.
Thank you so much. And I'd like to do this again.
Yeah, it was fun. It's always fun. It's always so easy to chat with you, Christine. Thank you so much.
Likewise, and Happy New Year.
Yeah, thank you. It'll be a good one.
Yes.
Next time we talk, there'll be no Christmas tree. So, yeah.